All right. So Bitcoin, let's see. Still waiting for the same limit. Honestly, nothing's really changed. Um, there were quite a few liquidations here. Like I would not expect those fuckers to get like a pass off. I'd be honestly genuinely surprised, and it'd be really weak, a sign of weakness if we just leave all these equal highs here left unswept and we don't go sweep them. I took a punt on a soul short, but I mean, it was not giving up, and I got trailed out a little bit. Um, but I'm glad I trailed stops because look, this was like my first zone to short, and then I had this one here, so it's still valid to short, right? But it's now above H1 EMA, so it's kind of looking stronger. At least in correlation with Bitcoin, it's looking a little stronger, which is surprising. But yeah, market's a bit market's been a bit weird this week. Um, what's up, Sash? Just let me know you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can. Um, but yeah, I mean the SpaceX was supposed to already launch. I don't know why it's not. Yeah, so look, I had this idea to long it like on a at the VAL, but oh man, I'm glad I didn't. What's up? What's up? What's up, BTR? I think that's how you say your name. Um, yeah, it was supposed to launch like 2 hours ago or something like that. Um, but nothing. Apparently there's a whole process to it, so I don't know what's going on with it. But what's a bit weird though is like apparently their price now like $150, 151, compared to what was originally planned. It was like 170 or something. So I think that's why the Purps version is nuking because that news just came out. So IPO price was what 135 or something, or at least that's the price that uh, people were paying for. So it looks pretty fucking cooked if it goes below that. It already kind of looks cooked. ZEC analysis, yes. So I mean on Bitcoin, I'll look at ZEC. I'll look at ZEC. I'll wrap up Bitcoin later. I mean, there's not much to it, right? It's still in the same range as on Wednesday, so 2 days ago. ZEC, ZEC, ZEC. Okay, I had this channel idea. Okay, yeah, I remember ZEC. So I bounced hard. I had this short idea, but I mean, I really don't know if we get it. It's still valid. It's 618 and daily 200 EMA. No, sorry, that's H4 200 EMA. Daily's here. Uh, Let me see. Long scenarios, honestly, I would say if we can get like, yeah, I would say, hmm, I would say 336. That kind of lines up in this golden pocket area. Inval would probably be below 886. You could risk going a little bit tighter, but that's really, I mean, that's just the. Sometimes I've seen like S786s get SFP'd a lot. And then your targets would be like 495. This is not the best risk to reward trade, but I mean, let's see. Locally, I don't really see anything, and this just looks like. Hold on, let me make the chart a little bit cleaner. I don't know if this short fills, but we'll see. I had this channel idea here. It's kind of broken out of it, so maybe we do get the short entry first. It would kind of make sense, I guess. And then we look to head short here if that happens. That's kind of my two ideas right now. I can also, what I'll also do is I'll pour volume profile from here. Okay. Yeah, so that's VAL. So this would also be like VAL 618, and then like that liquidity there. I need to make this a little bit clearer that this is liquidity. Oh no, that's the wrong. Yeah, I kind of like this. Stops are a bit wide, but it's fine. Maybe you wanna, if you wanna get a tighter entry, you can long here, but I mean, you might get like left behind, or run the risk of like putting your stops like a little bit below here. Let me see. Let me turn on the daily again. I don't know. For me, I'd just go below A6 just in case. Stay away from that shitcoin cord. Yeah, it's. I don't. Honestly, I can tell you what's gonna happen. I have no idea. All right. So locally, those are my thoughts on Zach. I think it. I mean, after a nuke that bad, I think it just ranges for a bit. Bitcoin. Real quick, let me just wrap this up because there's not really too much. For those who just joined, I was just saying this is a range for now. So for me, it still makes sense to short around here. But I mean, how many times are we gonna fucking retest this red box here? Like, we have so many highs that we need to sweep. It's just, equal highs on equal highs is ridiculous. In New York, we finally swept this one, but I mean, is that enough? I don't know. For me, it would make sense. Let me see. We are at H1 EMA now, but I mean, the consolidation here was the worrying part, and also a big reason why I chose stops and so. I was looking for more like a sharp rejection into it, and then like a breaking down sort of structure, and then that kind of just didn't happen. We just kept chopping in. So it looks bullish locally, but I'd love to short up here. So VAL, it would be like the 50% of this range. Well, right below it, 50% of this range. So anything above the 0.5 is technically, premium. So you would look to short there. Also, I like this channel idea. I could be greedy and like move my entry here, but it's just like, what if I get front around and then I have to watch a nuke again? So I don't know. But I don't know if this channel is valid. I'm just assuming based off these two lows here that were made. I'm pulling the anchor now, and I'm pulling it to this high. So I want to assume that if we get like anywhere, I'll show you as well. Like sometimes I draw channels like this as well, where like it doesn't have to perfectly wick the line, right, for it to be technically like a channel high or channel low retest. But yeah, like anywhere up by here essentially is where I would, plan to, I think, see a nice rejection. And so I've got limits set here. Also, there's a shit ton of liquidations between like 65.5 to like 64.9. Not a huge amount, but like I think when I checked, it was like 60 million or so, 50 million, something like that. It was like 8 digits worth of short liquidations there. So we'll see what happens. I think if we had a short squeeze to here, I'd be surprised. But that would be definitely 9 figs of short liquidations if we get this MPOC. I'd be very surprised if we accepted back above point of control. This range point of control. If we did, then maybe I would look for like slow grind structure and then try scalp along to VA value area high. But for now, I don't see that happening. SpaceX dump. Let me check. But so I already know so many people are gonna get molested on this. It's still not trading on Nasdaq. Yeah, so look, everyone who longed on perps just got molested. Oh, we didn't even sweep the low. We didn't even sweep the low. Did it sweep the low on Bybit? It's not even trading on Bybit. That's ridiculous. What's the second biggest exchange? OKX? No, I didn't sweep the low on any of them. That's annoying. Oh wait, did it sweep the low now? Oh yeah, holy shit. Holy. Should we long? Hold on. Wait, if I turn on my market order bubbles, I can see if people are capitulating. Alright, someone got liquidated. Yeah, there's definitely... Oh my, it's trading. Wait. Okay, we're watching this live, guys. Holy shit. That's a lot of orders coming in right there. Hold on. I doubt the market order bubbles would work on this. But... Yo, that's massive. That's some pretty crazy movement for an asset that's like 1.7 trillion in market cap. Bro, like, it's up 2%. That's like, I mean, I'm not gonna do the math, but that's a lot of money. Okay. Let's see, what does the perps price look like? Oh, that looks like an SFP, honestly. Bottom for today? What do you think, guys? Trades like a shitcoin. Yeah. Yeah. I think it might pump today, but man, it's just like, whoa. Yeah. The thing is, like, it's just the smart money's already in, so it's kind of like if you're buying here, you're kind of retail, so or long here. I guess you could long, right? It's not like because if you long, it's just more of a short-term trade. But people top loss buying here on like, you know, Robinhood or some shit. Like, I don't know. I think you can get a way better entry in like 3 months. I don't even know how I would long this. Like, you could argue this was an SFP, but on the perps chart, like, you don't really have anything on the actual stock chart. I think it's just best not to touch this shit. That's a crazy SFP though. That's, yeah, everyone who long their stops under there got taken out. I think it's gonna do what Cerebras did. Alright, let's check out Cerebras. Was that an IPO as well? Or was that an IPO as well? Yeah? Let's see, what did it do? Holy shit. Okay, wait, I need to go on the 30-minute chart. This is pretty down only, yeah. So like, okay. So like opened, it pumped almost 10%, 9.7%. I think it was just down only from there. Wait, so hold on a minute. Nah, I didn't. Okay. So hit the point. So that'd be interesting if that happens. That's a really clean SFP though, right there. That's something that's a setup I take on Bitcoin. SFP close below, I'd short like here. If that happens on SpaceX, I might short that, but we'll see. So then, but what market cap is this? Yeah, the biggest of the year till SpaceX. This is 45 billion. I don't know, man. That's a. You think Cerebrat's gonna do what this? Oh, sorry. You think SpaceX is gonna do this? What this did? It might do it, yeah. But like the difference in market cap is kind of ridiculous. What's it doing? Okay, well that just looks like a Binance listing, to be honest. Yeah, this is probably gonna just fuck a lot of people over. I'm not gonna trade this, but I'll go over ETH as well because ETH was something I needed to short as well, or wanted to short. Um, I should have probably went with the ETH short. It was similar setup, but I mean, no, I mean I would have been stopped break even as well. I would feel a lot more comfortable once Bitcoin takes out the 75k, and then I probably would be a lot more comfortable shorting a lot of this shit. Whether maybe ETH might not even put in a new high if Bitcoin sweeps 65. But I'll be watching ETH for a short if it does sweep this. If I zoom out, wait. Yeah. So this was 2022. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we see this in the summer pretty soon. So like it'd be nice to catch an intraday trade today. But I don't know when the next impulse will happen. There's a chance that my bias is wrong and we go like back to like value area high on Bitcoin. That I am. It is something I'm factoring in. But I mean, it's right now. I just think we're ranging for now. I don't see any super clean setups on ETH. Yeah, the only setup I would say is probably showing on the sweep of this high here. In Val would honestly have to be like right above the origin of that pretty big. Wait, I'll go on the 1 hour. Technically the origin is here, but I would say like right before this little crash down, that's probably where I would put my stops. And if you treat this like a range, so we kind of broke down here, right? So pull my volume profile like that. Yeah, like for me it would make sense to short this or sweep of this. But we'll see, it depends how Bitcoin looks. So 1728, it's kind of a tight stop loss, but it's good risk to reward. And this is Tom Lee's been buying, but he's down so bad. Like I don't see anyone else buying this shit. I just don't really like the short stuff, which is already dead. It makes sense to long. Oh yeah, you're right. So what if I zoom out? Let's see. Honestly, when you zoom out, I know what you mean. I do know what you mean. But if I'm talking like, you know, like just intraday trades, like I'll take a setup like that. Honestly, I'd love to buy spot like around 1.3, and then if we get like 1k as well. I think I've covered that before as well. I'll drop it in here just in case. Like if you do get 1.3, like, oh wait, that's trading views bugging out again. Yeah, I'll set some bids there as well. So I'll cover Sol as well because yeah, I mean, oh, all right. So our trade would still be alive, but maybe I shorted the wrong supply zone potentially. Um, these were two kind of, valid supply zones. Maybe I should have put a limit here instead. But I obviously can't predict anything. And like I didn't have this channel drawn before, but now I guess it would make more sense if I placed that limit first. But I did trail stops for a reason. It was looking like we were consolidating for higher, so I'm not mad or anything. Does look like it's rejected now. We'll see. No breaker structure yet, so it's not like I could just fire off a short here. But yeah, honestly on Sol, I'm gonna remove this now because I'm not in. VAL here. This isn't one I really want to long. I'll try long on Bitcoin, but it has to be a little lower. I want to talk about hype long because this is one actually that I think could potentially get filled. So I'm gonna set 3 limits, and one of these I think is gonna cook. So no wait, I need to edit this slightly. I don't know what this is for, but oh yeah, it's the fib pause, right? So I want to set 3 limits, and one of these would, in my opinion, like one of these should hit. One of these should hit and make up for the loss for the other, however many lose, right? So this would probably be okay. This one's too tight. I would do something like this. I'm pretty confident one of these is gonna hit. It's 3 demand zones, like 30-minute demand zones. It honestly depends how Hyperliquid reacts at or wherever the daily 200 EMA is. But we got the 618 here, so we got the most confidence here. But I do have these limits active right now, so I know I said hype were doing it, but now with that little fake breakdown, I'm more keen on failed. Honestly, I would rather it come down. I don't know about you, bro. Are you biased? Do you have spot bags? I want this shit to nuke, to be honest. But like bullishly though, like I want it to nuke so I can buy. I don't think it looks bullish to me, but you're saying it's failed Head and Shoulders. Failed breakdown, right? So I don't even think that was a failed breakdown because we did close the daily below there. This is so far just looks like a bearish retrace. Let's see. Yeah, like bro, like this could be a short setup, brother. I'm not. I don't know if shorting hype is the right one, but looking to long it above. I think above 56. If Bitcoin goes up, hype goes up harder. Yeah, you're right. 100%. Now are people probably taking profit, 0 longs. That's why we got that reaction. But yeah, like if it flips that zone again, and we are technically at H4 200 EMA, so maybe I'm being a bit greedy. Oh man, this structure is funky. Need to remove this because there's a lot of noise as well. We did close H4 above 2025 all-time high. Do you know what? You could argue this whole thing is kind of a range here. So we just had like, double bottom at well, it's not really double bottom, kind of not right next to each other, but at VAH, right? I'm sorry, VAL. So yeah, maybe we do go test VAH again. It's like the risk to reward hits along till value AI is kind of shit. Um, Unless you're targeting for another new high. Oh man, I just caught long here. Maybe here there was a trade. I wasn't watching this down there. And just looking at it now, how do I long this? There's no really, it's just kind of like a TWAPy up grind. If I go on the 5 minute, maybe there was a trade. Let me check. Yeah, kind of, yeah, there was. Yeah, there was. Fuck. Alright. I'm gonna have a chart with just I'm gonna have a chart up open with just the 5 minute chart on hype, because I missed the 5 hour long right there. Honestly, like every M5 SFP, I remember I longed hype before. I literally top lasted whilst the ETFs were buying, and like I remember seeing like every M5 SFP was working out. It was insane. But if we do get momentum, like you say, BTR back above, honestly, if we start accepting above VAH, I reckon I would start looking for even top last longs there, because if we get above there, I think ETFs are buying again, like consistently. I think they paused for a bit. Well, I don't know what happened. Something happened. But yeah, we'll see. Right now I'm not touching anything. It's a Friday, so everything on this list is now a shit coin. I haven't looked at it since, since Bitcoin was like 60K or so. Filecoin is green on the day. That's interesting. Alright, I have to look at SpaceX. What's going on? It does look like majors are selling off. Maybe people buying. I can't believe people are actually buying this shit. Oh no, it's selling off. Holy shit. Wait, did it pump 10%? Nah, no way. Oh man, what? So, I was like, oh, well, I don't know how many orders that would have been, but that would have been like a several billion, probably like 50 billion. It would have been like 170 billion to pump it that much. So, if I was a degenerate, right, I'd short right now. Stop loss above that high that we just made. But this is if I was a degenerate, right? And the same thing would happen if the same thing was to happen with Cerebrus. And here down we go. So just short it. I mean, I could put like 0.25R in it. Alright, I'm gonna short it on BitUnix. I'm not gonna call this is too degenerate. The only thesis is that like the institutions got their orders in already, and now it's already starting to sell off. That's the only really, because there's literally nothing to look at the chart, right? Actually, this is so degenerate. I might just not do it. I'm like hovering over the long button on BitUnix. Because it could easily make another new high, then nuke. I'm not taking this. I changed my mind. But anyways, we'll worry about that later. Stocks I'm watching, honestly, are I'm still watching Marvel. I think this for next week would actually. I think Marvel and SanDisk are gonna cook next week. They didn't do too much this week. They were actually kind of quiet. But let's see. Here's my setup for this. Hold on, let me pull this up. I need like a bigger retrace into this gap. Then I feel comfortable long in here. Like around 228. If we can get that, that'd be amazing. Oh, I would do pretty tight stops, to be honest. Probably stops below that little LTF wick there. Honestly, I would probably just target like a 2R. Have a fixed trade. Something like that. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you could have whatever target you want, all-time high or whatever. But I do think this does cook. Actually, Monday high maybe would be a better target here. Let me see. Nah, this doesn't look like a good channel, honestly. I guess it's sort of a channel. It depends how you look at it, but yeah, I would love to long 228. Like next week if that comes. I don't know if it will. But I do think it would be nice. What other alts are you guys looking at? So let me copy one sec. Sash and BTR. You guys touching alts or no? Training, I don't know what's going on, but the training view button is bugging out at the moment. I'm just chilling, man. SpaceX needs to settle down. But that being said, uranium looks good bid. What even is the ticker for that on perps? Do you know? Okay. I don't know what the ticker for that is. You added a Bitcoin long. Okay. Why? It's companies who are mining uranium but trades exactly like uranium. Right. Okay. That makes sense. It's very driven on news, to be honest. Hold on. I'm trying to see why Sash longed on here. Maybe just playing like the trend, right? 618 or what? From New York lows. Honestly, who knows? I think if you zoom out like Let me see. I completely unbiased, right? Completely unbiased. I could see why people longed here, but I can't long here. I just can't do it. I could see why people would want to long if it like goes back above point of control. But I should have definitely. I was too biased down here at these lows. I thought the same thing would happen as to back here where we just like kind of broke down and kept nuking. Um, but yeah, there definitely was scalp long opportunities to take at the Feb low. But it doesn't matter. Like in the future, I still think we break down, and then when we do, those would be easy short setups. I think. Um, there's a chance we break high here, and if we do, I'll look for long triggers, right? Above it'd be not gonna lie, it'd be above end box, so it'd be basically where I'm gonna get stopped out if that does happen. Because if I get stopped out, I'm pretty much